This is Radio After Rain, where the silence speaks, the healing echoes, and every story is a step toward the light. There was a time I convinced myself that needing less made me easier to love. That if I stayed quiet, low maintenance, and grateful for crumbs, I'd be enough. I thought shrinking was strength, that silence kept peace. But the truth, I was starving in places that called it love. This isn't a story about blame. This is a story about waking up, about reaching that quiet breaking point where survival isn't enough anymore. Where wanting more of yourself, of life, of love becomes an act of courage. This is the day I stopped apologizing for it. There was a moment, not loud, not dramatic, just quiet. I was in my kitchen holding a cup of coffee that had gone cold hours ago. The light was spilling in like it had something to say. And for the first time in a long time, I listened. I had spent so much of my life apologizing for wanting too much, for feeling too deeply, for needing something I couldn't even name. Love, maybe, or peace, or just someone to really see me. I used to bend myself into shapes that felt like love until I didn't recognize my own outline anymore. I kept showing up small in places that kept asking for silence instead of truth. And then came the heartbreak, the one that cracked something open. It didn't shatter me, not like I feared. It peeled back something. And underneath all the trying and proving and pleasing, there I was. Soft, bruised, still here. That was the day I stopped apologizing. Not out of anger, but clarity. Because I finally understood. Needing more doesn't make you too much. It makes you honest. It makes you brave. So I started over. Not with a plan, but with a promise. To show up for myself, to speak even when my voice shakes, to choose what feels real over what looks perfect. And maybe that's what healing is. Not a grand arrival, but a quiet return to your own skin. I used to think closure was something someone else had to give. A final text, a clear explanation, the kind of goodbye that made sense on paper. But life doesn't always work like that. Some endings come quickly, some come quietly, no apology, no warning, no full circle. This is the story of the night I stopped waiting for the answers that never came. The night I realized I could let go even without the closure I thought I needed. And in doing that, I gave myself something better. Peace. The night I let go without closure. I used to think I needed closure, a final conversation, a clear reason, an apology that never came. I waited for it like rain in the middle of a drought, desperate, dry, and aching. There was this one night, no candles, no journal entries, no dramatic music in the background. Just me in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about the version of me I used to be when I loved them. She was soft, so soft, she forgot to protect herself. She wanted to be chosen so badly that she kept choosing someone who never reached back with the same hands. But that night, quiet, still, unremarkable to the outside world, something inside me stopped waiting. Not in a bitter way, not with anger, just with release. I realized I didn't need closure. I was the closure. Every boundary I now honor, every truth I no longer shrink from, every moment I choose peace over proving. That is the ending and the beginning. It's wild how healing doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it shows up in the silence, in the breath you didn't realize you were holding, in the moment you no longer ache when their name crosses your mind. I didn't get the apology, but I got myself back. And honestly, that's more than enough. Some goodbyes never come the way we want them to. Some answers never land. But I'm learning that healing doesn't need permission from the past. It just needs truth and the courage to keep moving forward. If you're still holding on, waiting for the thing that might never arrive, I hope this reminds you, you don't need their closure to choose your peace. You are allowed to let go. You are allowed to begin again. And when you do, you'll find the light follows. Until next time, keep choosing yourself even when it's hard.